Greetings, everybody. I am the Starving Martian, and today we're going to be taking a look at the largest Lego Yoda you'll likely to ever see. I was cleaning around in my attic recently and found a box of old Star Wars merchandise, and there on the bottom, miraculously still in one piece, was this giant Lego Yoda from the early 2000s. I don't have an exact year on this thing. It's been quite some time since it was assembled, but I'll try to look it up and put it in the description box down below. But yeah, this was a giant Yoda. When the Phantom Menace came out in 1999, there was a Darth Maul bust. I'm pretty sure it was life-size head of Darth Maul made out of Lego, and that was pretty awesome. And I guess it sold well enough that before too long, within a couple years, they put out this extra large Lego Yoda. And when I say extra large, I measured him at just over 13 inches tall, which is pretty amazing for a Lego figure. To give you a sense of scale, here he is with a normal size minifigure. There's Lego Captain America sitting on Yoda's hand. And, and yeah, so this guy is almost life size practically. Come on. Here he is again with a Star Wars figure from the 12-inch scale. And so, yes, you can see that Lego Yoda here is quite huge. Now, it's got some really good detailing on it, as you would expect from something this large. I like the way his cloak, kind of flows coming down here. You can see the inner cloak going down inside. His individual fingers, his fingernails here, and his toenails, which are a little harder to see. I'll bring the camera down in a minute. He's got his crooked staff here. He's got his funny little necklace piece, and this is actually movable. You can bring it up to his lips if he wants to play it like a flute. The eyes are well done. You can see he's got individual lips and a little gap here for the mouth, his nose, and his little cone of a forehead, the hollows of his ears. And again, just a very well designed figure. Now, as I said, this guy came out probably like 17 years ago as of this recording, but still very well made. And I wonder, because I was looking at some old Lego sets online, like just the evolution of them. And for example, the Naboo Starfighter that came out in the earliest Lego Star Wars sets, the more recent ones are a lot more detailed. And I can't help but wonder what a Lego Yoda of this size would look like if designed today. But I still think this is an excellent figure. Now, as far as posability goes, as you can see, it's kind of one solid lump here, but the head does turn freely, so Yoda could look around, check for any impatient young Jedi, and turning the figure around. Alright, you can see the detail does extend to his back, where the cloak, you can see here where the hood is, and then it narrows down and then flows back out as it comes to the bottom. And one interesting little detail is they actually slapped a brick right there. It says Lego on it, as if you couldn't tell these were Lego bricks. And I don't know if they still do this on their sculpture class projects, but I thought that was interesting. While we got the camera in, let's get some of the more details. Okay, so here you can see where the cloak would come around the arm, and then the arm is folded out here, and so you can see how they did his fingernails. He's got his one hand down here, the other resting on top. There's his little feet sticking through. He's got two toenails sticking out here. One's underneath the cloak on this side. And this is really deep in. There's some real good hollows here, giving some depth to the arms of the cloak. And then here's a close-up on that wonderful face. From various angles. A little Yoda chin, Yoda chin. Now, this guy was expensive when he first came out, as you could well imagine. We didn't pick him up right away because he was outside of our price range, but we found him in a Walmart on a discount, and so we picked him up. I think we ended up paying like $50 or $60 for him. That was the clearance price. I don't even want to know what he goes for today. If you didn't pick this guy up when he first came out, just forget about it unless you have like $400 or $500 to burn. That would be my guess. That'd be my guesstimate. If you're really interested, your best bet is going on eBay and seeing who's got one used. Make sure it's got all the pieces. But if you ever found this guy still in the box, it would be a small fortune, I am sure. So again, I'm glad I grabbed him when I did. As I recall, he wasn't that difficult to assemble. Lego instructions tend to be very user-friendly. Obviously, it was more of a challenge than your usual kit and took far longer. But, you know, when you're paying that much for a Lego kit, you'll want more hours of entertainment out of it anyway. And I think that's going to be about it. Not much else to say. So, guys, this has been the Starving Martian with the biggest Lego Yoda I've seen to date. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch up with you next time. But until then, as always, keep watching the skies.